Hello everybody, and this is another video on the game of Pokemon, the TCG in 2019 with the upcoming tag team support coming in February. I think some of the stuff is going to be really cool. It's going to be really game changing, especially with some of the trends that are going to follow suit with just some of the previews that just got posted on the 4th. And this video is going to be a little bit different too, mostly because we're just going to have some unboxing in the background, just for you guys to have something interesting to watch while I discuss some of the newer stuff coming out. And you'll probably gain some type of entertainment with me trying to open up a cardboard box. I'm not the strongest guy. My girlfriend usually opens up the pickle jars half the time, so please have mercy on me. So let's get on with some of the cards in the new set. One of the first cards that is on the page is Erica's Hospitality. I feel like this is going to be a real advantage gainer, mostly because in late game, if you have no cards in the hand, you can really boost up your hand, especially if your opponent already has board advantage as well. This isn't necessarily a thing that's going to replace Lily or Cynthia at all, but I feel like it's another extender that's really good for any deck coming into 2019. The newest GX that we've really seen take hold is Incineroar GX. This is probably going to be one of the most nuts card coming straight out of the floodgate, especially with its ability. You just put 3 damage counters onto this bad boy and you get 3 energy on it right away. And as soon as you get those energies, you discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon and you basically deal 130 damage. And with its health as well, having 3 damage counters on it isn't necessarily bad at all. Having 220 health as a boss monster is really good in general, especially dishing out 130s like a madman, and especially special hammering their energies away from their active Pokemon. It is a very good card. Definitely gonna be anticipating this card really doing something in 2019, especially with some of the stuff coming out of rotation for Buzzwole and Garbotoxin going out of rotation as well. I feel like its ability is basically going to resolve every single time. It's going to be an absolutely nuts card, and I am already in love with this card. On to the next one. It's sort of an interesting card, but I can get running it at least one, and that is Pokemon Communication. What this basically does is you reveal Pokemon from your hand, put it back into the deck, and if you do, you basically get a different Pokemon and put it into your deck, then your deck is shuffled. I can sort of understand the overall use of this card. I don't think it's necessary in every single deck, especially with the amount of draws that you get, especially the amount of searches that you get as well too. We have stuff like net balls and ultra balls and a whole bunch of balls and giggity in the game as well. I really don't think it's gonna really change anything much, but still not too shabby of a card at all. The next card that I saw on here is probably the latest card that got released onto this news page as well, is the newest Charizard, and it's actually pretty interesting because we're starting to see a trend of Pokemon taking damage counters to gain advantage onto themselves, which is really cool. And its ability is pretty much exactly like Incineroar, so basically once per turn before you attack, you put 2 damage counters onto Charizard, and then you add 2 fire energies and attach them to Charizard. So we're definitely seeing that as well too, especially with its cheap cost and attack as well too. You discard all energy from Charizard and you do 50 more damage for each card discarded that way. So definitely really cool. It's definitely really neat to see this trend follow suit with one of my most favorite Pokemon in the game, whether it's in the card game or in the show or in any of the video games. I feel like this is going to be one of the newest trends within the game too, of just taking a little bit of damage to really gain advantage over your opponent by just smacking the crap out of their Pokemon. And getting rid of basically all of their energy as well too, by killing all of their active Pokemon that they decide to just leave an energy on there by mistake too, especially with Incineroar as well too. So I feel like these two cards are gonna be definitely nuts in the game as well too, especially with some of the other really stronger combos, especially like I said before, like Buzzwole, like Garbotoxin, like all those other cards. I think they're going to be really cool, especially with Alolan and Ninetales as well, being able to search out rare candies. I feel like Alolan Ninetales is still going to be extremely relevant, and will be relevant for a long time, especially with the newer tag team cards coming out as well. So I think that's going to wrap things up for at least now, until we hear more news about the Pokemon TCG coming out. I'll definitely keep you posted about that as soon as it comes out, hopefully sooner than later. Usually news channels would have this at least a little bit sooner, but I figured that this was going to be a fun video just to release. Might end up releasing this probably a few days even later than the initial posted date of 2000 or 2008. Here I go again. Of January 4th, but I feel like it's a fun video to do, and just to talk and basically leave the game up for discussion with you guys as well too. So if you have any questions or concerns, or honestly just want to talk about the game in general, just type down in the comments below. I would be glad to discuss things and basically just joke around, have a good time as well with people in the comments. So I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.